Dear friends, how are you? Welcome to RU Ketu. Thank you for writing in. You send your questions, you send your horoscopes on WhatsApp, on email. But I feel that most of the students and most of the people who follow my channel have a confusion about malefics and benefics. From your feedback, I understand that a lot of people have misconception about certain planets. And those planets, I feel in everybody's mind, have a negative impact. Mars, Saturn and Rahu. It seems all my dear friends have a problem with understanding that Mars is not that malefic, Saturn is not that bad, and Rahu is also not so malefic as being said by most of us. Hopefully, by the end of this session, you will understand that malefics are not very bad and benefics are really not good, most of the times. I would like to divide this into three parts where I talk about Mars, Saturn and Rahu. And then I talk about good planets also, which you feel at times would give you an excellent result, like Jupiter, Mercury, Venus. But according to me, Jupiter can at times be so malefic in the sense it cannot do such a good deed that is expected out of it in the chart. To start with, I would like to tell you that according to me, what people feel is the most malefic Mars, according to me, is one of the most benefic planets in the chart. Now, this may come as a little surprise to most of us, but by the end of the session, probably you will understand where I am coming from. Mars is associated with energy. The only planet that can create what is not in my destiny. Through hard work, perseverance, continuous pursuance of the goal. If the energy of Mars is channelized in a proper manner, a horoscope can do wonders. At the very early onset, people generally understand Mars as a malefic planet. But for a minute, if you consider that Mars is the planet for energy and energy is needed for creativity. If we understand a concept like this, that to create something in my life, I need that bent of energy. And that bent of energy can come from two places. One is sun, that is the internal energy of the soul, and the external energy, that is the energy of Mars. That energy that does not let me get defeated. Even if I do not achieve my goal, I stand up and restart my life again. The energy to restart, the energy to build something from the scratch, the energy that even if I failed 5 times, the 6th time I will try again, is the energy of Mars. The energy of Mars broadly can be understood on 2 platforms or 2 fronts. One is the physical energy, the energy that I portray, my physical strength. And one is the mental strength. No doubt moon is important. But for a minute, if I understand that moon is weak, how do I get more energy into my mind? How do I get more energy into my body? The only thing that can help me is my discipline and my continuous effort. Both these things can be achieved by the planet Mars. If we divide Mars into few categories, then you probably would understand that, let us say, you have a very tiring day at work. You work from morning 9 o'clock till, let's say, 6 o'clock. And by the 6 o'clock in the evening, you are too tired to do anything. This is the energy you are born with. But let us say I change my diet, I change my lifestyle, I start doing a lot of breathing exercises, I try to blend more energy of Mars into my life. Suddenly you will find that after the 6 o'clock, my energy level goes up. If even after a day's tiring work, you are still up to go back, probably work at home, have fun with the kids, have a nice entertainment in the family, people look up to you as a very, very good person who's always charged up, who's always full of life. This portrayal of energy is the energy of Mars. Most of us are unfortunately not born with it. But a lot of us can create this energy in our life with a good, disciplined understanding of the mind that yes, I do not need to get tired. The work personal life balance can easily be got from this malefic planet, what we most of us say as Mars, Manglik or Mangal. The second good aspect about Mars is the element of growth. Once the energy of Mars comes into a human life, the growth pattern in every aspect increases. He or she wants to be healthy, he or she wants to be mentally fit, he or she wants to be growing in work, growing in family, wants to be full of bundle of energy. If you are somebody who is most of the time tired, is more on the lethargic side of life, is more short-tempered, then you are suffering from negative energy of Mars. This negative energy of Mars causes destruction, causes ulcers in the body, causes eruptions, causes accidents, causes sudden spurt of anger, which a person regrets most of the time. Good and bad Mars can be easily identified. If I am tired, yet I have the energy to get up and do other stuff, then there is the positive side of energy in me. But most of the time, if I am cribbing, most of the time, if I am finding faults in others, most of the time, if I am finding faults in my own life, in society, in people around me, that I have less friends, I don't get along with people, I have problems communicating with people, I have problems, let's say, going out in the society. Most of this is because of low energy of the planet Mars. For students who are deep into astrology, they would understand that I break Mars into two parts, the good part of energy of Mars and the bad part. When you are aggressive, short-tempered, argumentative, you are mostly inclined towards the negative side of Mars. The good part about this negative part is that this energy can be transformed. I can move my negative aspect of Mars to my positive aspect of Mars, and this can be easily understood the moment my relationships with people around me starts getting better. When people start to say that, look, this person is not that short-tempered or is not that irritable, he's coming on very friendly and he or she does not get angry now so soon. For the little things that you used to get upset, those things if you stop doing and being consciously stopping it, that look, this is going to get me angry now my anger is spurting up, I need to control it. That is the phase that your Mars starts to become positive. It's one of the most important things to do for people with Mars or Mangal dominant in the horoscope, especially in the houses of marriage and after marriage. The time we call, or the horoscopes that we call Manglik. These are the people first and foremost who need to balance their energy so that their relationships get better. They have good chances of getting married and the good chances of marriages getting sustained. Another good aspect when this Mars starts to change, you start taking interest in landed properties. Your money or your income starts to grow because your work-life balance is excellent. So you try to work more. And you'll find the transformation that people with stronger Mars make lot of landed assets, rental incomes, land, property, houses, other investment, rental incomes, where they keep generating money from properties. This is one good aspect where you can find that if a Mars is strong in the horoscope or the Mars is transforming, suddenly your interest in money aspects and investment may go up. You will start investing more in shares probably, or things in bonds, in, as I said, properties, in terms of other assets where you get returns quickly. Mars being associated more with landed assets and properties, a person shifts its investment from, let's say, banking side and financial side to probably investment side in the terms of landed assets. Another good aspect, when the energy of Mars you learn to change. Most of you will ask me and probably write back that, sir, how do we do and change this negative energy into positive energy? If you are falling in the category of short-temperedness, in terms of digestive system where your bile or pith in the body increases, where your digestive system is not that strong, where you find that your relationships do not sustain for long, where you find that you do not get along well with your brothers and sisters, when you keep making losses in terms of assets and property, or when you fight at very little things, or when you do not listen or you do not have the patience to listen to others. These are some of the things which can be identified that yes, you have a problem of Mars. How to go about from negative Mars to positive Mars? The first thing is, if a person has negative Mars, he or she would be lethargic, would not like to get into physical activity, would deter from going for walk, exercising, badminton, swimming, playing, morning walks, would be somebody would not be capable of getting up early in the morning. Most of the people who come and talk to me, the first thing when I see a negative Mars is ask about their morning routine. If you are able to get up at 5:36 regularly in the morning, go for a long walk, then you are converting this negative Mars into a positive Mars. The misconception about Mars is equally high. The moment I see Mars in the 4th house, I would call it that, look, this is not a good Mars. The moment I find Mars in the 7th house, most of the people say that this is bad, but I find that if the energies are channelized in a much better manner, you and your partner would be excellent. Persons having Mars in the 7th house have more aggressive partners than themselves. By aggression, we generally always do not mean fighters. We mean that people with high bundles of energy who want to do something. And if you are the person getting involved or in a relationship with somebody with high Mars, these relationships do not work. Why? Because the person with higher Mars would like to get up in the morning early, would like to go out as an outdoor person, is always full of energy. Even when he comes back, he or she comes back from work, is always full of energy to go out for dinners, for lunches, to have friends over, even if when it is not a weekend, to clean the house, to do something or the other because the energy levels are so high. Friends, Mars, according to me, is one of the best planets in the chart if handled properly. Another good part about Mars is that if we start exercising and controlling Mars, the health of the person starts to get better. We start losing weight because even if it is because of water retention in the body. Most of us have weight issues, and Mars can help us get to that level where the weight of a person can reduce considerably and the energy levels can go high. The relationships keep on getting better. And another aspect to add, that if you like too much of spicy food, then also your Mars is on the negative side. So try to have a lot of fruits. People who are fond of a lot of spicy food, try to balance your diet with the fruity diet. Try to balance your diet with not so cold water, having lukewarm water. This helps in the internal metabolism where the energies are channelized properly. The digestive system gets better. The bile or the pith element in the blood does not flow much into the brain, which helps us to, how do we put it, to get less angry and be more patient. The dietary element can include a lot of fiber. People with negative Mars need to have a lot of fiber, need to have a lot of reds in their juices, carrots, other things that are red fruit, let's say pomegranate. These are the things they need to get into their life. Another good part that they can do is have a very, very disciplined eating habits. You see, these changing lifestyles were taught to us in the Vedic system of astrology and are not found in the later books of astrology. But believe me, these are very, very effective remedies. Just by putting a stone of Mars and changing your lifestyle, I think changing your lifestyle will help you in a much, much better manner. Friends, if we take Mars on a positive side, it can help us, give us whatever is probably not even written in the chart. Because energy is creativity, and Mars with this good energy can create what is there not in the horoscope. Let us say somebody has a very weak 10th house, in the sense that he may have to struggle in his life a lot. And if he has got a strong Mars and he consistent about the fact that from his last birth he does not have a very good professional life, this energy of Mars, believe me, can elevate his profession to an unimaginable level. Most of the times, students come to me and, we discuss about charts, and some of the charts are so remarkable that even if something is not written in the horoscope or in the destiny or in the chart, these people have created it. And 90% of the time, that creative energy has come through Mars. Friends, do not consider Mars as only a negative planet. Start from the fact that this Mars is the planet of creativity, and this planet of creativity will give energy to that creativity. That energy to create something in my life comes from Mars. Even if I fail 10 times, the 11th time if I get up and get back to my work, I have a very, very strong Mars. Whoever identifies that he or she has a weak Mars, kindly follow a lifestyle the way I told you some time back. Put a lot of exercise in your daily routine. Put a lot of good diet in your daily routine. Put a respectable timing for everything in life. That's it for Mars. The next planet to be taken is Saturn.